Welcome back to another episode of ChadrickTech. Today's an interesting episode because I'm sort of taking you behind the scenes here in the office where some of the work gets done, and wanted to give you an update on the office rig. So it was tucked in under the desk at one point, and that's when I was trying to find a lid for the P100 just to have a complete pedestal. So you have the NAS build and my office rig build all in one case, which has actually been nice. But I was considering making another change to the system. But as you know, I have the following setup. So I've got the NAS, it's not running right now, but the complete ITX build for 16 terabyte drives, water cooled on it's i9 14900K, 64 gig of DDR5 with ports, some power supply, power button, everything's modded. That video's on my channel, and it's been great, been a quite a learning experience. But and the system overall is good for me for now. But I've considered making a change and doing another upgrade because if you can imagine, I need more space than this. Like the entire office rig is on the top, and that's the overbuilt redundant pumps, 3 liters of fluid, 5090, 14900KS. Everything's delidded, everything's water cooled. It's wonderful. I love it. Everything here is in push pull configuration. The 560, the 480, and then it's separated out. The path is separated out for different, once it hits a CPU in a group, it goes to a radiator. Then once it hits a GPU in a group of either the SSD or the memory, it goes to the radiator, and then ends up in the reservoir on the back wall, and then to feed the first pump again. So, I mean, it runs great and cool. Cable management, again, is something to be concerned about. You can see the power supply on the bottom, and I've actually been using it for testing, unfortunately, but it's a great system to test with because I'm still trying to finish up a lot of this GPU testing with different systems. There's a big database and lots of information coming. But I thought, the NAS doesn't give me a lot of room to expand. One thing that I could do is add another pedestal on top. And why I'm thinking that is I wanted to add other personal large terabyte spinning hard drives to this system as another redundant backup for important work data. And as I'm pulling data off for the media machine and Plex, I can mount a CD-ROM drive tucked away so you don't have to see the drive. It gives me a lot of versatility to be able to offload some of that, and wouldn't be higher than the test bench that you're seeing to your right. That's currently the AMD bench that I've kicked off a lot of the current testing and GPU testing that I'm doing. So the CPU testing that I'm doing, excuse me. So the only downside to this setup, as if I would expand it, is it doesn't allow good NAS expansion in the future. It's the WP100 configuration right now with the W100 and the P100 on the bottom, and you can add a pedestal on top. And that would give me expansion, but it wouldn't allow me to move to the 6 or 8 disk NAS as the company and business continues to grow. You never know. Maybe I wouldn't want this setup then, but I typically build something and hold on to it. It may or may not give me the expandability that I was kind of hoping for. And the cable management on the backside of this thing is atrocious because these Thermaltake fans are the ones that have a data cable and the Christmas tree light cable for each fan. And then you have to link them together, and there's always excess, and it's always got to tie them up. And then you got to do fan controllers on the back, and there's multiple fan controllers to tie everything together onto a motherboard head. It is a huge amount of wires, and they make much better options today with the linking and only a couple wires for your entire string of fans. That is not these. And if you think there's 15 140 millimeter fans and 3 200 millimeter fans just in the office rig section right here. And on the NAS, there's a 200 millimeter fan in the front as intake, and then there are three 140 millimeter fans. But I unplugged the Christmas tree lights to let it run 24/7 and not be a nuisance. But what might give me some expandability might be to give me room for growth in the future is instead of using the W100, move to the W200 and the P200. This would allow me to then use the 6 SATA port gigabyte motherboard and use all the same peripherals and everything, but yet put the NAS system on the other side up in the case, and then drive bays and everything would give me 6, 8, and then some to expand in the future and still have the expandability for the system, the main rig, if I wanted to add another large drive there for redundant backup purposes, and still space for fans and everything because it's twice as wide as the 100 pedestal. This, unfortunately, hindsight's 2020, right? This was the way I should have gone when I first built this system, but I took a look at the price tag and went, ooh, that I can't imagine needing more space than what's offered in the W100. And now you're realizing that, man, you should have just went for the Gusto, right? Especially if I was going to leave it in this place in the office, it kind of works. And I didn't anticipate I would have space for it or need it. And now here I am. But the problem is now I've outlaid the cost for the WP100 and I've got the W200 and the supplies for the WP200, and I've spent that money. So I can't really keep both these cases. Or I thought maybe it would be a good part of the channel to expand to the audience, to let them see the build and see, what's possible. But as you know, in my previous video with the Thermaltake pedestal issue, is that these are end of life products. They're just basically liquidating supply, but they're not giving you a discount on the price. So, the core 200 chassis was $500 and the P200 pedestal was still $200. And that's after I've already spent the money on the WP100 supply. And I thought, well, maybe if my followers want to see this kind of build, I'm willing to continue to spend money and progress the channel this way, except I don't have sponsorships yet. So I'm doing this out of love and desire of being an enthusiast. And at some point, I have to stop the bleeding. If somebody really wanted me to do this and said, well, let's support the channel, that's great. This isn't a complaint, guys. I'm not begging. I'm just saying this is the state of the business right now. I realize it takes time to grow these things and to really get traction. But we're almost a year in, and if you look back at the videos on the channel and the GPUs and the systems I built and all of the time and energy spent with the software and everything that I've bought to do my testing, it's all been out of my pocket, 100% out of my pocket. Nobody's given me anything aside from being able to beg and borrow but not steal a GPU to generate some testing and some data. That's been the only gracious thing about it. It's been out of my pocket the rest of it. And so as much as I really want to keep this, I really do, but sometimes you don't get everything you want in life, and it doesn't seem like it's a good time for the business to hold on to these parts. And what am I going to do with the other chassis? I made the mistake in not building this one to begin with. I'm likely going to need to free up these. I mean, this is not, wow, the amount of money that you can tie up in just these chassis. I would love to keep this to be able to expand the main rig in the office, but it doesn't make good financial sense to do so when I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to sell or recuperate the cost from the other chassis, nor do I have sponsorships or any other funding from Thermaltake, and they're not supporting this chassis anymore. Once these chassis are gone, that's it. So it's not like I can make money on affiliate links because there will be nothing to buy. And they don't make another dual chassis. Their new AX line is still is similar to the W100. It's the AX, was it 700? I don't know. It's sized differently enough to be different, but yet similar in its application. But there's no dual chassis. And I talked with them, and they said they don't know of any plans to create another dual chassis, which makes me want to keep this because I like the level of expandability. I like the space. The fan layout on the other side doesn't allow, because the spacing's off, and it doesn't allow you to put a radiator there, which I'm not happy about. But I won't get into this because I don't think there's going to be a need to. I'm tossing it around. I'm really struggling with it, praying about it, but I think it's going to be better for me to, if the P100 pedestal is able to be set on top of this without the lower bracket, and so I don't have to change my main rig fan setup and a top radiator, and then I can set the cage down and still have fans in the upper section and another row of drives and still accomplish what I need to accomplish. I will deal with the lack of expandability of my NAS in the future and see if I can move forward with that. So I sound off if you are really thinking this would be a good build, or otherwise I think you're likely not going to see the WP200 on this channel again, despite how much of a fan I am with the Thermaltake line. So there's more coming on the way. I will give you an update of which way I went and likely how well the W100 with 2 pedestals looks. So with that, stay safe. God bless.